second episode of She Decides, host Staci Swiderski welcomes Nancy Reagan. No, not the First Lady, but a trailblazing aesthetician, spa founder, and skincare innovator whose journey is redefining what it means to glow at every stage of life. With more than 30 years as a diagnostic esthetician, Nancy has built 3 successful spas, created the first NAD plus barrier repair skincare line through her brand Skin Diva Labs, and continues to lead as the founder of Bella Reina Spa, named Best Day Spa in North America. Nancy opens up about overcoming personal health challenges, including cancer and EBV, and how those struggles fueled her passion for wellness and innovation. At age 64, when many are winding down, she chose to rise up, proving that reinvention has no expiration date. Featured in the New York Times as a skincare coach, Nancy embodies the power of resilience, purpose, and vision. Her story is one of glowing against the odds, building legacies, and empowering women everywhere to keep going, no matter what. This conversation is more than skin deep. It's about strength, reinvention, and the beauty of living fully on your own terms.
You know who made it. Welcome, everybody, to our next episode of She Decides. I'm your host, Staci Swiderski, and I'm super excited to introduce our amazing, beautiful guest today, Nancy Reagan. Not the First Lady Nancy Reagan, but you are the Nancy Reagan that we are going to talk to today, and we're really excited for that. You are the owner and founder of Bella Reina Spa and also the brand Skin Diva Labs. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, I'm so, I'm really looking forward to deep diving into so many questions I have for you and learning more about you. And I know our amazing guests are going to learn so much from your experience and your business journey and your life journey and all of that. So let's jump right into it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's talk about, you have more than 30 years experience.
Yes.
You have built 3 successful spas and, and I'm sure there's a lot of ebbs and flows and ups and downs. Let's jump into that. And how have you done it all and share the support that you've had along the way and maybe the not support too.
And the not support too. The spa business came to me from being so sick. So my foundation was finding a way to help others that were trying to find their way too. So I really got into skin to escape, number one, the mortgage-backed security business, and two, to feed my soul. So I really needed peace after that business, and also to actually heal myself, because I had been on this incredible, crazy journey with health. And the spa, from the business standpoint, I started my first spa. It was the first spa in Delray, and now we have day spas on every corner. But at the time,
look at you being a trendsetter there.
Yeah, it was and the silly thing is I was so like, oh, I'll just start my own business, and it was kind of like it just kind of happened.
But I think that's important. That's an important part, because when anybody ever feels like I have to get everything ready to go, it has to be perfect. It's never perfect, right?
It is never perfect. I stumbled along the way. I had some amazing mentors that are still friends today. There was a competing day spa that was in Boca, which is literally 20 minutes from us.
Super close. Yeah.
And we became really fast friends and were able to bounce things off of each other and really go with it. That business ended up growing to have 33 employees. And we ended up, from a business journey, having the interest of at the time, the big hotel in Delray was a Marriott at the end of Atlantic Avenue, right on the ocean. Yeah. And they were also clients of ours. And they said, we would love to have you build a spa in the hotel and move your spa here. Well, and if this is successful, they owned 189 other hotels. and I saw big stars, and I
lots
saw
of opportunity.
ta-da, yeah, branding everywhere. And if this is successful, then guess what? I'm going to really, I had hit the, the red carpet runway. I've gotten the Golden Globe of spas. And I built an amazing 10,000 square foot spa, moved all of my employees over. At the time, we added more. We ended up with the height. We had 60 employees, and we were cranking. We were the place to be. It was, at the time, it was in spa, and it was really like we had, you could have a massage overlooking the ocean. We had clouds on the ceilings. It was just pretty special. I like people to feel warm, welcoming, like they're coming in for a big hug. And it was, and to do that in a large space sometimes is really hard, because we all need an oasis that we can go to feel protected.
And that warmth, very cozy feeling.
Chocolate shots. So we had like little, so it was I tried to think of everything from an experience standpoint that gave everyone just this amazing feel. My business partner, I had no idea what it was like to be in business with a billionaire. And I had no idea that a billionaire would want my business. I had no idea. I thought that we were partners.
You felt like you could trust.
I could. And unfortunately, there was a very big, at the time, men did not like, and I still think sometimes they're intimidated by women being in a powerful position. And at the time, I was the only woman owner anywhere close to this very male-dominated hotel chain, or not chain, but actually privately owned hotels. And many on there, I was on the hit list for many of them to take me down. And it wasn't long. It was a couple of, actually 2.5 years. And all of a sudden, what really was a killer was they didn't care that they broke a contract, because I could sue them and stay in court until I was 90.
Doesn't matter. They have the money. They have the funds, and that's where money talks, right? That's where, when you have that power of money, right? They don't care about the court costs, the attorney bills.
They don't care. And they actually had paid employees to lie. So it was this, I remember sitting in with a lawyer, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, Nancy," he goes, "they're in there." And I had documents, I had everything.
You had all the documentation. Yeah.
And he said, "They're lying, and I know it, but I cannot prove it because they're in there lying." And I finally looked at him. I said, "You know what? Just let's let it go. I've got $1 million in my head. I'm really good at being poor." So
you're like, I can do this.
I can do this. And I was like, and my husband at the time was like, "Ow," he was like, "I can't believe that you lost all this, da 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 da." And it was like, it wasn't, I couldn't fight I just didn't have the energy to do it. And I guess,
well, you're immersing yourself around that negativity, that toxicity, and you, like you said, that you could have done this for another year or 2 years, but look at the time that you've saved, the stress, and and you believed in yourself, and I think that's first and foremost.
If you did it once, oh honey, you can do it again.
Yes, absolutely.
Or if you've done it, in my case, 3 times, you can do anything.
And you're going into it with more experience, right?
Exactly.
What not to do. And that literally can just, expedite the success even, that much more quicker when you know what not to do.
It's such a foundation for future. And it has everything has led me to like the timing of the universe. And I say that I so believe in the spirituality and of like the things that we go through are found, even though they're super hard and it sucks.
A lot of times it's meant to be. It's meant to happen.
Because I needed to have that experience of the hey, you got to watch your P's and Q's and protect what you have, and also to not be so trusting when it's a big business. It's just not. It's, when somebody else has the power over you.
That trust is, it's great when you can trust the people in your circle, but you have to understand who those people are, and you can't just give out trust so freely and quickly, because unfortunately there's the people out there that want to see you burn,
sadly
and
very
selfishly.
Sadly.
Yes, and it's just really it's unfortunate, but it does make you have thicker skin and thicker skin and really protect yourself
completely. It led me to where we are today.
That's right.
Which, it's this one is very much a baby spa, so that I have today. And it was funny of people's comments when they walk in and they go, "Oh, is this it?" And I'm like, "Yes, this is it."
And it's pretty dynamic.
Yeah, and it's all mine.
And you're like, and it's 100% mine. Nobody's going to steal this from me. Yes, yes.
And that's one business, like it really it makes a difference who your partner is. And I encourage anybody listening, always make sure, hey, you could be best friends with somebody. Doesn't mean you're supposed to be the best partner. There's going to be disagreements, and that's what we need to always figure out is, hey, what's going to happen when we disagree?
Yes, you have to have, if you have a business partner, you have to have the expectations up front, because you're going to have different strong, skills, and the respect, and hands down the loyalty, and a lot of legal documents to protect yourself.
A lot. Sadly.
Yes. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about, I know you had mentioned the major challenge, the health challenge, and how you have overcome, you had an early hysterectomy due to a cancer diagnosis. And, we did touch a little bit how, those experiences really did shape the way you both, you've built your businesses now, right? But how has that affected just your life in general, your everyday life as you are so
today?
Successful and happy? Yes, today.
Number one, when you feel terrible and you feel like you don't know why, and you have people telling you that you're crazy, which pretty much that had been happening since I was 17. So from 17 to 37, most of the doctors told me it was in my head, or, many numerous conversations with what I considered to be medical professionals. And you go through that and you start to think and really doubt yourself. And along the way, I kept like, okay, there's got to be a better way. And literally, I mean, I've had Epstein-Barr virus. I had PCOS. It led up to the hysterectomy. I was allergic to dairy, allergic to gluten, chronic fatigue syndrome, everything you could think of that was like a offshoot of actually being allergic to products and food. That was where it started. So once I was able to actually understand what was happening, even with the cancer diagnosis, everything, once I started figuring out what was happening, I was like, oh, okay, I can fix this. Not another doctor. I read like crazy. I took all these nutrition classes. I became and I think you have to do this. You have to become your biggest cheerleader and your biggest health advocate.
You have to advocate for yourself, hands down.
And when somebody says, okay, so why don't you just eat a little? Just go ahead, just have a little. Well, no, I don't want to eat a little because I don't want to be sick and I don't want to have the byproduct of having all of these health issues. And that's what it does.
And you know yourself better than anybody else.
Exactly.
And how you feel.
It's that part of it has really led to today where I'm pretty vegan, pescatarian. I'll eat if the fish is wild caught and I know kind of where it came from, I'll eat it. But I said I had mercury poisoning from too much tuna, ciguatera poisoning, so you go through those experiences and you go, okay, I want to know where this fish came from.
You start to deep dive into that. Yeah. I know, where's this coming from? And now moving forward, I'm avoiding all of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when you feel healthy and you're in that lifestyle where you feel so good when you get up every morning, I don't want to screw with that.
No. It's like you appreciate it when you feel good, because when you don't feel good, you just feel so defeated. But in your mind, in your vision, there's so much you want to accomplish. But if your health isn't there, you're not going to be able to do that. So you have to take care of yourself first. And that is even simple things, right? Eating right, getting the sleep, the stressors that you can avoid. Remove all negativity if you can from your life. People who don't support you. I think it's so crucial to your overall, happiness and your success.
Yes.
For
Cross
sure.
them right out of there.
Yes. Just go away. Wish them well, but they cannot stay in your inner circle at all.
No.
So what really, you have built obviously 3 wildly successful companies. Oh my goodness. Kudos to you. It's so amazing.
Thank you.
While struggling, health issues and being totally taken advantage of, first go around. What ultimately gave you the courage to start again? Other than, yes, you had you're like, you know what? I just got completely taken advantage of, and you poured your whole heart and soul into something, but to start over again, what really was that piece of courage?
And I just got divorced at 62. So after 25 years of marriage, and don't be, it's
okay. It's a positive thing, right?
It's a positive thing. And 5 years, we were together for 30 years. And I don't care, honestly, I try to take every day with gratitude. And I think that makes a huge difference when you're able to not look so far forward, but you're able to say, well, today I can either choose to stick my head in the pillow and stay there, or I can get up and put one foot in front of the other and start progressively making my life better.
That's awesome.
And it's a little step, and everybody can do it. It's just
we all have the choice.
You have the choice. And my choice was not to, sit around and feel sorry for myself. And granted, I did. I did.
It's okay. You can have the stalking moments and privacy, or if there's, you have somebody that you can really deeply trust.
Therapy.
I'm saying then you got therapy if you can just let it all out. But I think, like you said, waking up in the morning and being the best version of yourself and really adapting and appreciating the sunshine. There's always something good in every day, right? And again, but it goes back to your health, right? If you are healthy, man, you can conquer anything.
You can do anything.
Yes,
anything.
Yes.
It just, Staci, it just makes a huge difference.
It really does. And just being appreciative of your drive, but also being appreciative of the people who are closest to you that have just really given you that support, and the cheerleaders, and not letting you talk yourself out of something, or making there's days I'm like, oh gosh, I look awful today. No matter what, I'm like, oh God, does this outfit make me look fat, or does it blah, blah, who cares? At the end of the day, keep pushing and just, surround yourself around those positive sources out there.
Exactly.
So
and try not to our self-talk to ourselves, especially as we get older. I think sometimes our self-talk just gets to be, we look in the mirror and go, oh my God, where did that come from?
Right.
And it's like, hey, we would never do that to our best friends. So stop doing that to
That's
ourselves.
don't do it to yourself. And I think ultimately, and I feel like this is talked about in almost every podcast episode that we've had, is that I feel like the people that maybe be in your circle, whether they're they're positive, negative, whatever, again, remove the negativity when you can. But I feel like the ones that really just are talking your ideas down are the ones that maybe don't have the courage to do it themselves, right?
Exactly.
So, and maybe they don't realize they're doing that, right? But they're like, "Oh, you're crazy. There's no way I could do that," or I don't know. I think, maybe stick to your 9 to 5 where you're going to have that steady income and you're going to have that check every week or every 2 weeks or once a month. But you can't, they may mean well, but yeah, those are the ones that just, they have a different life.
Or they want drama they don't have a drama, but they feed on drama and
yes,
they want
and the negativity.
drama.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh my gosh, are the employees doing okay at the spa? And I'm like, yeah, why? Because they want to know what kind of drama is going on. And
right. They want the scoop, like it's a Housewives or something. They want to pull out any negativity and then feed off that drama. And, and every day there's going to be drama, good, bad, whatever. But people, I think, and at the end of the day, a lot of people like to see you fail. And,
right.
And, I would, and that's really sad. One of them, that's really sad, so sad. And it's unfortunate, but that is really the motivation behind starting this podcast and starting this movement to where women can really come together and we can lift one another up, because there's enough space in this world for so many people to be successful, right? And to really be their biggest cheerleaders. And when women can really start to understand that, I think it's going to be such a better world that we live in. And it's okay. Like, yeah, it's good to have healthy competition too.
Exactly.
So, and I think that's something we need to really just take in and just be appreciative of, for sure. But let's talk about, you had mentioned, which I didn't know, that you just got divorced recently.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole nother challenge that you're facing in life, personal, where, unfortunately our personal life does oftentimes affect our professional life, right? I mean, that's who we are.
Yes.
But instead of slowing down or, retiring, I mean, look at you just thriving. And, you went on to develop this revolutionary, vegan NAD. It's just what you've accomplished is really so applauding. So let's talk about that. Like your new, your bold new ventures at the stage of your life. How are you doing it? And tell us what they are. Let's talk about what you have built, like today, like how are things going and the courage behind all that.
I will tell you, it didn't start off being what it was.
Of course, it usually never does, right?
It doesn't. And how it started is basically I was looking for an oncology skincare line to use in the treatment room so we could do facials on women with cancer. And most of the
I
skincare,
love that. It's so purpose driven. Yes.
So, and most of the skincare lines that we use, we've always stayed in a very medical area at the spa because I like results driven. So looking for something that was like non-toxic, vegan, but it had to have results, because I didn't want it just to be, okay, so this is nice.
Here's
for
a
my
product.
Cancer.
Yeah.
And it feels fluffy and wonderful, and it doesn't smell, none of those things, but it had to have results. And we started using on women that were, like having cancer and had post-cancer, plus our other clients. And all of a sudden, the women were coming out of our facials going, oh my gosh, my results from my facial lasted much longer than before. And we started converting over all of our skincare that was our back bar, our professional, to this new line that did not have a name, because basically I had worked with a biochemist and I had said, oh, we need this, we need this, we need this, and that needs to be like this. So I had worked back and forth with her to say what we needed for the sensitive skin people that had rosacea, all the women going through menopause that were all of a sudden shriveled up and dry and dehydrated. So it ended up being like that for almost 2 years that we were using it in the facials, until one of my clients, and her name is Susie goes, Nancy, put it in a bottle. I'm like,
can you get this out there, please? Yes.
yes. And I'm like, Susie, I don't know anything about putting it in a bottle. She goes, you'll figure it out.
But you will figure it out. Yes. You're like, I'm
Yes.
on a mission now.
So
Wow.
we put it in a bottle. I got a trademark. It ended up being all these things that were, tell me all I know about the spa business, but I knew nothing about manufacturing or putting something in a bottle. And along the way,
like an actual product, right? That's
Yes.
new to you to like put in a bottle. And now how do we get this out there? And what's the,
right.
the legal way to do it and all of that. Yeah. The process.
That's a whole new world.
That's a whole new world. Yes. That's a whole new world. Wow. But you did it.
Yes.
And yeah, that's
and I've
amazing.
Stumbled. I've hired the wrong people I've hired the wrong people. We now have a brand new website, but I hired the wrong people for the first time, and I hired the wrong social media people. So it's like I'm still making mistakes. Sometimes they're not like the most, they're not the cheap mistakes. Sometimes they're costly.
Yeah.
That being said, I really think it's how we recover from the mistakes.
That is so true. And you just, you pick up your pieces and you pick up and you just get at it again. You get at it again. Because I don't care who you are. You could be somebody on, I don't know, a Shark Tank, right? Or there's people make mistakes. They are human, right? But as long as you learn from those mistakes and you just do better and you make it work, and you just don't give up.
And don't give up.
You just do not give up. So yeah. And we're always learning, and the world's always changing. I mean, look at AI today. We never would have thought, even a couple of years ago, it was going to be what it is today, right? So between AI and just the opportunity with the social media platforms that we have now, myself, like you, my company is going on almost 19 years, and it's like,
yay!
Thank you. And we didn't have what we have today. You built these companies with your grit, and just really believing in yourself and believing in your mission. And then you learn along the way. So important.
And if you don't, and you stop learning, there's, because I see there's two kinds of people. There's me, like, I don't think I'll ever stop learning or changing, or I love AI. And then there's people that don't like change, and they might be 40 years old, but they're like, this is going to be, I don't want to know about AI. I don't want to know about
They're not willing to adapt to it, but you really have to. You got to catch that wave, and learn. And keep learning along the way.
The resource it gives you as a business owner, and even if you don't use it for anything, but here I'm thinking about blah, 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 blah. What do you think? It gives you that feedback that is a standby, like you can name her anything you want for
That's
your,
so true.
Your chat, AI GPT. So it gives you this resource that you can filter through ideas to be able to think, hey, is that good? Is that not good? And then if you have business coaches, then go to the business coach and say, hey, this is what I came up with. It gives me such an ability to get, number one, more work done, but also be able to have something to bounce off of other people.
So you're so right. It's so effective that, like, you have the vision, right? You know what you want, but AI now is really allowing us to, it's like education, right? It's giving you facts so quickly in a matter of seconds, compared to when we used to have to research, and it would take months and months and months to research. Now we have it at our fingertips. So I think as long as you have the drive, and you don't give up, and if it's something that you really want to do. I mean, I was just reading an article the other day that there's going to be so many more business owners now more than ever because of AI, right? And they're able to now fall back on what really their passion is and their purpose, and they're going to make it a business. And I think that's amazing. So rather than fighting AI, jump on the wave. How can it help you really just launch your business or scale your already existing business to something that is out of this world, right? I mean, it's no matter, at the end of the day, no matter what, it's still your vision, it's still you behind it, but this is just literally your help, tremendous
Right.
help in a matter of seconds that is going to just explode it, right? As long as you don't give up, if you're
Right.
consistent and you don't lose the drive.
Right.
Consistency is the best thing ever
And if you
to
need a
scale a business.
cheerleader, yeah, you need a cheerleader,
Yes.
call me. I will be like, I'm like,
You're like, you're like, I think I've seen about almost everything, but
yes, I will
yeah.
push you up the hill.
Yes. Do not give up. I got you. I
Right.
got you. Yes. And that again
Mhm.
is like just the backbone of these podcasts is like all of the guests that we have had, and there's so many more lined up, and we're just beginning. They are the cheerleaders. And so I love
Mhm.
it. So anybody who is at, the brinks of like, I really want to do this, but I don't know who to talk to. We're an open door, like contact us because we will give you our experience and our support. And I think that's so important. Women need that.
Women need it more
They
than
need it.
ever.
Oh, more than ever now. So let's talk about also, I love your motto. You're known for the motto of keep glowing and
Keep.
going, and no matter your age. Obviously we
Mhm.
know where that has come from, and we've talked about it personally. But how are you, really attributing that to each and every single day as you walk into your spa? You have your team, and you're having a not so good day. What does that mean to you personally? Keep going, and glowing and
When I don't have a good day,
uh-huh.
I try, number one, I try not to walk into the spa.
You're like, I don't want to be the doom and gloom for everybody in this moment.
Exactly. The energy that one person can bring to a room, I don't think people realize it. But I'm pretty much always like 95% joyous, and happy. And that 5% when I'm not, everybody's like, oh my gosh, what's
Are you
going
okay?
on?
What's going
You
on?
know, yes. And, or, something's breaking, which it always, like you have that thing, but it ends up being how you handle the actual, not having a good day. It's just like how you handle food that you cannot eat. It's
Right.
the same. It's like a discipline, but also you have to find joy in your discipline. So I find joy in the fact that I can keep helping other women. So I find joy in that. So that keeps me going. And
Mm-hmm.
if I didn't do it, I'm sure there's somebody else that would take over and do it. But
Yeah.
if I didn't do it, it doesn't have my touch on it. I don't know. I feel like everybody has a purpose.
Yes,
And
absolutely. And it's your feel
finding,
good.
Mhm.
It sure feel good. And we all have to, we have our dark days, we have our tough days, we have our challenges in business, right? There's things that happen unexpectedly, and it's like, well, you thought you're having a great day and all of a sudden happens business wise, and you have to handle. And sometimes the owner or the CEO is
Uh,
the only person who can handle this task. And so it throws your whole
yes.
day off. So it's being able to really focus on that in the same time of, as you are, maybe you're surrounded by, you have staff members or, clients, you have to be able to address those the way with respect and treat those people, the way they should be treated and put aside the issues that you're facing. It's not everybody can do it. It's definitely a skill set, but
Nobody
it's
wants to walk into a spa and say, "Oh, well, I had the worst day ever." It's
right.
like,
Or, oh
I,
man, it's raining today. That
yeah,
really sucks.
yeah,
It's not the vibe you
I,
want in your spas.
nah. And I think if we remember that for everyday life, I think of how much like a Broadway actor goes on stage, and every night they have to be on. Every
No
night they
matter
can't
what.
walk. They can't walk in and go, oh, I wasn't feeling really great tonight, and so
Right,
there
right,
for all those 300 people,
right.
hey, and so I think it's part of what we do too in the spa. is the same. Everybody that comes in deserves that warm feeling, fuzzy feeling.
That's right.
And I think that helps me always get out of my, funk.
Yeah, right.
To move forward is helping others. It really makes a huge difference. Get out of your own way.
Yes, I love that. Get out of your own way. And definitely in the spa, obviously businesses, people are coming into the spa. A lot of times they're having those bad days. So they're really walking into that spa for a lift up, to feel better and to relax. And the last thing you want to do is just be doom and gloom, right?
No.
Yeah. So
and great skin.
and great skin. Yes. They want to feel, yes. They're like, they want to be hydrated. Yes.
Right.
There you go. That's the byproduct.
Yeah.
That's right. So as we are wrapping up, I'm going to have a few fun this or that questions for you. But what is one solid piece of advice that you can share with our fellow women, with our audience who may be starting a new venture, or maybe they're scaling in their organization, or maybe they're a stay-at-home mom that's really struggling? Like, what is what's one piece of advice that you can leave the listeners with?
I would really suggest that you find yourself a group of 2 or 3 other women, whether it's on a Facebook group, whether or not it is people that you can meet for a cup of tea, something where
or a cocktail.
Or a cocktail. So either or, but something where you don't want the people that are going to be the yes people. You want people that are going to be honest with you and give you feedback and support. And you need to try to find those people, and you can do it virtually. You can do it like in person, but find those people so that you have an outlet for your doubts. Because if you can have a conversation with your doubts, it gives you a little bit more of a, yellow brick road per se, that you kind of know where you're going. And then along the yellow brick road, you need checkpoints with go, no go, go, no go. So you need to be able to have that feedback from
and that
other
realistic
people.
Right. And many times it may challenge you, but that's what you need oftentimes, right? Rather than just giving up.
Yes.
Is to be challenged by the people. Yeah. Don't ever give up. No matter what you're doing, don't give up. I love that. Well, thank you for sharing that. And you clearly are a true example of not giving up. Look at you thriving after so many heartaches and so many difficult situations in your life. And 30 years, later, you're still just really kicking ass at this point. And I mean,
let's do it.
I love it. I love it. So on that note, we are going to end with some really fun this or that questions. Are we ready?
Okay.
All right. Really quick ones. Skincare lab or spa floor?
Skincare lab.
Morning. I like this one. Morning glow routine or nighttime ritual?
Nighttime ritual.
As I was reading this earlier, I'm like, that is so what I would choose, because when you can go to bed with that nighttime ritual, with that real clean feel, you wake up. Sometimes you're glowing. You don't need the morning routine. Sometimes you don't need the makeup. You go to bed taking care of your skin. Love it. Green smoothie or a glass of champagne?
It's going to be the green smoothie for me.
Okay. Wellness retreat or speaking on stage?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Both. I like both.
Yeah. So we're going to go 50-50 with that one.
50-50.
Either way, you're educating people, right?
Right.
The last but not least, classic beauty secrets or cutting edge innovations?
Definitely cutting edge innovations.
That's right. You can be a game changer.
Yes.
You're like, I'm there for it and I've done it. Yes. I've conquered it.
I'm biohacking into skin right here.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Nancy. This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you.
And let's stay in touch. And hopefully you'll be willing to come on our podcast again and, a later date and just share more of your accomplishments.
Thank you so much, Staci.
Thank you so much.